When your site supervisor's on site, what they're doing throughout the day, taking the pictures, pushing the arrivee buttons, checking on the inspection, doing material delivery, maybe doing a sub pay app sheet, cleaning up, throwing a couple shingles in the garbage can, pulling the tarps back out, right? Magnet raking on the grass, just trying to make it so the site looks presentable. I didn't come up with this. This is something a top performer taught me. He's like, yeah, whenever I see a car come by, I always like run out and I go like, whoa. And I'm wearing like my little vest and I go, whoa. And then I magnet rake on the street and it could be 20 feet from the front of the house. They're going to go, whoa. And they're going to magnet rake in front of the car. And then they're going to go, okay, go through. And that forces the customer to stop and go, oh, look at that. Roof's going on. That's a pretty clean job site. Okay. Oh, I can go now. Thank you. Wow. Imagine if I got a nail in my tire. I would have been pissed. Then what they do is they watch and see if that car pulls up nearby. And it's if it's like a busy street, I'm pretty sure he's not stopping every car, but I think that he uses this in like cul-de-sacs and like slower neighborhoods. But then he goes and executes on this script that we taught him. So when he sees cars pulling the driveway or he sees that people are home, if he notices people are home, he wants to get to those. And actually, I'll bring on Michael to be my customer. Michael, do you mind hopping on the mic? You're probably doing a walking webinar because that's your style, but do you mind my homeowner?
10-4, I'm here.
All right, so knock, knock, knock.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Adam. I'm just running the job site over there. I just saw you guys pull up. I was the guy with the magnet thing on the street.
Oh, yeah. No, I seen you there.
Yeah, I don't want to bother you, but and if there is anything that bothers you about the job, I know it's a little loud with all the tools. I can't do much about that. But if the music gets up too high or some debris blows over here or something, just give me a call. You can use this card and I'll come over and take care of it right away.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I might leave the job site for some reason, like maybe to go grab some materials. So that way you can always get a hold of me. I know it's super annoying having the roofers here in the neighborhood, but yeah, here's something that might help. We actually partnered with Meatzza's Pizza up on 34th. They give us these $25 gift cards. So this is for us to use. So you can go get out of here, get some pizza, get your family out of here. That way you guys don't have to listen to the noise all day.
No kidding. Yeah, the wife's coming home late from work. That makes dad life a little easier over here.
Anyways, I'll get out of here. Super nice to meet you. So I'll get out of here, okay?
Actually, yeah, awesome. Well, I really appreciate.
Sorry to bring it up, but I was just thinking, they got their roof covered by insurance because that storm, right? It did some damage to the roof. Did you get hit by that storm?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. We haven't seen one like that in Sherwood Park for a while.
Did you get your roof checked?
We haven't. I thought we were okay.
Well, you know what? Again, I'm not a sales guy. I just run job sites, but there is this QR code on my badge. You can scan it, and one of our customer success people will reach out right away, and they'll book you an inspection. It's totally free.
Like, what's the catch?
Nothing really. If there's some storm damage up there, you could probably get it covered by insurance, and we would just hope that you'd give us the work. Again, I don't know anything about that, but they do. But that's just an easy way. If you don't have your phone, I can also just enter it in and they'll call you right away. Which way would you like to do it?
I can use the QR code, but wow, man, I really appreciate that. A free pizza and you introducing yourself, like I really appreciate that. You have a great day.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, thanks again. I hope there's no damage, but if there is, I hope you'll give us the work. Just hopefully we do a good job over there and you give us a chance.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks so much. You enjoy your day.
Okay, bye, Mike. That is the script. And there's a retail version, right? And all it really is you go, actually, I was just thinking the roof over there is pretty old and it looks like it was leaking. All the houses around here look about the same age. I'm not a sales guy, but I'm just curious. Have you had your roof checked lately? And they're gonna wait. Well, again, I'm not a sales guy, but you should probably get that looked at. We can do it for free if you just want to scan my badge, and you can proceed the same way. So I've now shown you, right? So shown you how we do it. Now it's time to teach you why we do each of these elements the way that we do it. So the first thing is, it's a typical door knock. You say your name, and then you want to just de-escalate the situation. I'm not a door knocker. I'm not trying to sell you anything, right? I'm just running the job site over there, and I saw you guys pull up, and maybe give them an anchor. Like I was the guy with the magnet thing, right? So that sometimes helps. And so again, I don't want to bother you. And this is some Chris Voss stuff, right? Where he talks about how, he gets anything he wants from the hotels because he walks up and says, hey, I know I'm coming up here to absolutely ruin your day. And I don't want to bother you, but I have to ask, is there any way that we could just get a couple extra free towels? You know what I mean? Or whatever. He would ask for room changes. And I did this. I was actually in Scottsdale for a Cardone conference. And I was putting a hotel across from the Scottsdale office. It smelled like smoke. Allison was pissed. It was really far away from the pool. And I literally tried. I said, I can use the Chris Voss thing. Back when I went up to the hotel, hey, this is gonna make your day the worst. I'm sorry to bother you. I don't really want to do this, but I have to ask, is there any way we can get our room changed? It's a little far away from the pool. It smells like smoke. My wife just really just walked in and instantly it hit her in the face. And I would just love we could change the room. Oh yeah, no problem. Upgraded us, everything, right? And then Michael brought up an interesting fact. When we went hiking the other day, we were in this little town called Cusp, and there was a campground. And I wanted to go to the washroom, and we went up to the door. There's a door lock on it, and I saw some guy nearby who was obviously at the campground. And I walked up and I said, "Hey, I'm going to ruin your day right now. I'm sorry to bother you. I mean, this is probably going to be super annoying. I'm not camping here, but we were just walking by and I was hoping to use the washroom. And I see there's a code on it. I know it's an interruption, but is there any way you could give me the door code?" And this guy probably took like 35 seconds to try, and he was old. So it took like 35 seconds trying to find the little email that they send him with all the instructions. And he found the code and he gave it to me. And now I know that it's 1523. If I ever go to Cusp again, I know the bathroom code, January 5th, 2023. So that's why we do that part. And then we open it up with an act of service. So you're trying to get the act of reciprocity working for you here. There's a study that showed, and this has been duplicated over and over and over again. Universities have kind of done it. And they just said, like, how do people determine tips? And the restaurants have learned that if you give like less than 1 mint per person, you get a less tip. If you put 1 mint per person, you get about an average tip. And if you put more than 1 mint or 1 candy or 1 something per person, you typically get a higher tip. And they did this across thousands and thousands of tips. And they noticed that there was an incremental improvement in tips when there was more. And so this whole thing is like the act of reciprocity, right? If you give first, you tend to get more back. And this is, I don't know if you're, a believer in God, but like the whole kind of thing goes there, right? So what we're trying to say, hey, if there's anything that bothers you, I know it's a little loud with all the tools going, but if the music gets up too high or there's some debris blows over here, just give me a call and hand over the cards. Now you're giving them something to empower them if anything bothers them. So now you've given them something that they can grab, and now they have a thing that you gave them. And there's some psychology behind this, but now they feel empowered if there's an issue. What you also did was you said, hey, if you have a bob haircut and tend to like to talk to the manager and leave Google reviews, don't do that. Just call me. Then you just let them know you'll take care of it right away. So now you've just done something for them for free. Then an even better part of it, right? So then you say, hey, I know it's super annoying having the roofers here, get a little chuckle, right? They kind of empathize with the situation. And then this is where it gets really crazy, is if you go to a local restaurant, one of our clients did it with a local ice cream shop. She said, hey, we want to leave a good taste in your mouth. I know it's super loud. If you want to get the cat family out of here, go get some ice cream. We got these $5 off coupons for the creamery over down the road or up downtown or whatever. Just you guys get out of here. Get away from the noise, go get some ice cream, right? We've done it with like pizza places or donair shops. Usually they're like off the beaten path places. Like you're not going to get it from like the nice restaurant on the main drag, because the people who want to do this for you, who are just going to give you $125 gift cards, are the people who are kind of off the beaten path, and their hardest thing is getting people through the door. They know that when people come through the door, their average ticket is, $210 or $175 or $125. So they know if they could just get people through the door, one, they're going to make money that day. Two, they're going to get a person who's ate their food and might come back. They're going to give you these things and you just go talk to them, right? And you say, hey, from us to you, that we can go and get some pizza, get out of here, get your friend, that way you guys don't have to hear the noise all day. But anyways, I'll get out of here. Nice to meet you. And then this is the little psychological cue, which is where it's like, okay, you go and you go, actually, right? Actually, once that, you got to practice that so it doesn't look too forced. But it's like, all right, I'll get out of here. Actually, 1 second. I was just thinking, they got the roof done covered by the insurance because of that storm doing some damage to the roof. Did you get hit by that storm? And the reason we say that storm and not, did you get hit by the storm on October 27th, which is within your statute of limitations? No, you just say that storm, because a lot of times people aren't home for the storm. They weren't there. They were camping. They were off with family. They were on vacation. They were at their second house or whatever, right? So they don't know. They're at the movies, out for dinner, at a school thing, at their kid's dance recital, karate class, right? They don't know if they were hit by that storm. They're like, there could not be a storm, and you could say it, right? But they don't know. That's why you say, did you get hit by that storm? And then they're usually going to say yes or no. They say yes. Well, did you get roof checked? They're going to say yes or no. If they say no, you're going to go, oh, you didn't get hit by the storm? Are you sure? Because that house is 4 doors that way. And they certainly did, right? And then it's like, well, did you get your roof checked? They say yes. It's like, oh, well, what was the outcome of that? Maybe you can try and find a way in. But usually they're going to say no. And then you're going to go, oh, well, again, I'm not a sales guy. So what you're doing is you're taking their gloves down, right? Because they're going to go, oh, here comes a sales pitch. And they're going to go, I'm not a sales guy. I just run the job site over there. Like I'm Joe Construction. You can trust me because I just know construction stuff. I'm telling you, you should probably get your root checked. And then you give them 2 ways in which to communicate. So just like, hey, can I have your number? Girl's like, I don't know about that. But if you go up and say, hey, can I give you a number? She might say yes, right? Anyway, so then you have a way to do this, right? Then you have 2 ways for them to communicate with you. I like the QR code as an option because with the QR code, you now pixel their phone, right? Because they're going to go to your landing page where you've got some information about your company. It's going to talk about, like we have customers who literally have a custom landing page per inspector with a little bit about them and everything. If that's not, they're going to go, oh, it's like a real company with a real person. And like, if this is like, oh, here's some stuff about them. But then the pixel on there, all the tracking pixels, now you can retarget them on Google Display, you can retarget them on Facebook and Instagram, and you can now be hitting them with your ads. Now you can't always get that, right? Since sometimes you say, all right, well, actually, if you don't want to do that, if you don't have the phone, no problem. I can actually enter that in. And so then you're just going to go, okay, so what was your last name? And then they're going to go, Mike. And sorry, first name was Mike, right? Okay. And this is 43 Brown Street. Okay. And what's your email? Awesome. And so you just get very minimum in there. Now, inside sales is going to reach out to them, your customer success team. And now they're getting $150. So now they think every time they knock a door, they might have $150 on top of their hourly wage. And it's so easy to do. You're not trying to get them to buy anything. You're showing up, just offering a service. You're getting the act of reciprocity working for you. You've given them a way to solve their unhappiness. You've given them something of tangible value that they can use to go enjoy themselves. And now all you're doing is saying, hey, I'm not a sales guy, but your neighbor had a circumstance that you might also have. And that circumstance might be something that you should get addressed because you trust me now. And I'm like a construction guy, not a sales guy. There's an easy way to do that. And if that way is not easy enough, there's another way where I'll do it for you. But either way, you should probably take action on this, my suggestion, because I'm a nice guy. I've given you things. You like me, you trust me, and I have nothing to gain from this because I'm not a sales guy. And then the customers just go, yeah. And then now if that appointment shows up, they make $150, which is generally less than the cost of most of your paying for your leads. So who here wants that script? You can scan this QR code and do not edit it, make a copy of it. You're just going to go file, make a copy, and then you have your own copy of it so you can keep it for yourself.